Hello and welcome. Today we explore The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck, a timeless guide to understanding life, love, and personal growth. This book is more than self-help. It is a roadmap for navigating challenges, building discipline, and achieving spiritual maturity. Peck begins by emphasizing one truth: life is difficult. Many people avoid this reality, seeking shortcuts or easy comfort, but avoiding the difficulties only creates pain later. Recognizing life's challenges is the first step toward growth. In this part, we focus on discipline, how to face problems, delay gratification, and take responsibility for our actions. These are the foundations of a meaningful, fulfilled life. Peck opens with a simple but powerful statement: life is difficult. Life contains suffering, challenges, and unexpected events. Ignoring this reality is common. People often seek instant happiness, avoiding pain, but avoiding pain is counterproductive. It leads to unresolved problems. Example: imagine someone avoiding a difficult conversation with a friend. Over time, resentment grows, trust erodes, and eventually the relationship suffers. The short-term comfort creates long-term pain. Key takeaway: accept that life is difficult. Denial only multiplies suffering. Facing challenges head-on creates strength and clarity. Discipline is the core of Peck's philosophy. He explains 4 key tools to handle life's challenges. Delaying gratification, waiting for long-term rewards instead of seeking immediate pleasure. Example: studying for an exam instead of playing video games. Immediate comfort leads to future difficulties. Patience builds resilience. Acceptance of responsibility, owning your choices and their consequences. Example: if a project fails, don't blame others. Analyze your role, learn, and improve. Responsibility empowers growth. Blaming others keeps us weak. Dedication to truth, being honest with yourself even when it's uncomfortable. Avoid self-deception. Denying reality causes confusion and suffering. Balancing, making careful decisions that consider both short-term and long-term consequences. Avoid extremes in thinking or behavior. Balance brings stability and maturity. Peck explains that delaying gratification is crucial for growth. Life rewards those who can endure short-term discomfort for long-term benefit. Immediate pleasure often masks problems temporarily. Delayed gratification strengthens the mind, encourages learning, and improves relationships. Psychological example: a child learns to save money instead of spending immediately. Later, this habit allows them to invest, achieve goals, and experience satisfaction. Spiritual example: facing emotional pain now instead of avoiding it leads to deeper self-awareness and inner peace. Techniques to practice self-control: identify triggers for impulsive actions. Pause and ask, will this help me in 1 month, 1 year? Develop routines that support long-term goals. Peck stresses that taking responsibility is fundamental to emotional and spiritual growth. People often blame circumstances, others, or fate. True growth happens when we acknowledge our part in problems and solutions. Responsibility in relationships: if a friendship suffers, consider your actions. Did you communicate clearly? Did you respect boundaries? Responsibility in personal life: own your emotions. Avoid blaming events for your feelings. Example: feeling angry is natural, but choosing how to act on that anger is your responsibility. Benefits of taking responsibility: clarity in thinking. Healthier relationships, empowerment and confidence. Avoiding problems creates tension, stress, and future suffering. Peck encourages problem solving as a skill to develop. Step 1, identify the problem clearly. Step 2, accept your feelings about the problem. Step 3, consider practical solutions and their consequences. Step 4, take action and adjust if needed. Example: someone struggles with procrastination. Avoidance worsens stress. By acknowledging the problem, setting a schedule, and taking small steps, the person gradually gains control. Spiritual angle: facing problems builds inner strength and wisdom. Problems are not punishments. They are opportunities for growth. Part 1 of The Road Less Traveled establishes that life is difficult, but discipline, responsibility, and honesty are tools to navigate it. Accept life's challenges instead of avoiding them. Practice delaying gratification to build self-control. Take responsibility for your actions and emotions. Face problems directly, using them as opportunities for growth. By integrating these principles, we begin to walk the road less traveled, a path of self-awareness, spiritual maturity, and meaningful living. This is just the first step. As we continue in parts 2 to 5, we will explore love, growth, grace, and spiritual evolution, expanding our understanding of what it means to live fully and responsibly. Welcome back. In part 1, we explored discipline and responsibility, the foundation of personal growth. In part 2, M. Scott Peck shifts focus to love and spiritual development, showing how genuine relationships and personal growth are intertwined. Peck challenges common misunderstandings about love. Many see love as romantic attraction or emotional excitement, but true love requires effort, patience, and self-discipline. Love is not just a feeling, it is an action, a commitment, and a way to help ourselves and others grow. This part emphasizes how to distinguish genuine love from dependency or desire, how personal growth is essential for healthy relationships, why love requires courage, honesty, and the willingness to face pain. By practicing these principles, we can create lasting, meaningful relationships and grow spiritually. Peck begins by defining love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Love is active, not passive. It is about doing, not just feeling. Many confuse romantic attraction or dependency with love. True love involves effort, responsibility, and patience. Key qualities of love: caring, actively wishing well for the other person. Commitment, staying devoted even when it is difficult. Knowledge, truly understanding the other person's needs and desires. Responsibility, helping without controlling or enabling. Example, a parent teaches a child to take responsibility. This may involve difficult conversations or setting boundaries. This is love in action, not just affection. Peck explains that love requires discipline, just like handling life's challenges. Love demands patience, honesty, and courage. It often involves facing discomfort, conflict, or personal weakness. 4 practical steps to practice love. Delaying gratification. Prioritize long-term growth over immediate pleasure. Example, listening to a partner's concerns instead of reacting impulsively. Responsibility. Acknowledge your role in conflicts and solutions. Problem solving. Address challenges openly instead of avoiding them. Encouraging growth. Support the other person's development without controlling them. Common misconceptions. Love is not giving in to every desire of the other person. Love is not possessiveness or dependency. Example in daily life. Couples often argue over small issues. Practicing love means listening, understanding, and making conscious choices to nurture growth rather than simply reacting emotionally. Peck emphasizes that love cannot exist without personal growth. To love others fully, we must understand and develop ourselves. Growth requires facing our own problems, fears, and limitations. Spiritual growth involves discipline, self-awareness, and honesty. Key aspects of growth. Self-discipline. Continue developing your character even when it is challenging. Self-awareness. Recognize your emotions, biases, and weaknesses. Facing pain. Avoidance blocks growth. Confronting discomfort leads to maturity. Learning from experiences. Every relationship teaches lessons if we are open. Example, someone struggles with jealousy in a relationship. By acknowledging this feeling, understanding its source, and working on it, they transform jealousy into awareness and compassion. Peck emphasizes that long-lasting love requires commitment and effort. Relationships are not effortless, they require continuous work. Love is a conscious decision, especially during difficult times. Principles of healthy relationships. Mutual respect. Each person's individuality and growth are honored. Effective communication. Express needs and emotions clearly and kindly. Shared problem solving. Face challenges together rather than separately. Boundary setting. Protecting personal space is essential for trust and growth. Warning against dependency. Dependency creates imbalance. One person's happiness should not rely entirely on the other. Love thrives when both partners grow individually and together. Peck frames love as a spiritual practice, not just an emotional experience. True love is a tool for spiritual growth, both for ourselves and for those we care about. Love challenges us to confront our ego, fears, and limitations. By loving intentionally, we move beyond self-centeredness and cultivate empathy, patience, and understanding. Example, helping a friend confront a difficult truth may be uncomfortable, but it contributes to their growth and deepens the relationship. Key insights. Love is active, courageous, and disciplined. Avoiding difficult aspects of love limits both personal and spiritual development. Love and spiritual growth are inseparable. They support and reinforce each other. Part 2 teaches that love is a conscious, disciplined practice, not just an emotion or attraction. True love is intentional, caring, and focused on growth. Personal and spiritual growth are prerequisites for healthy relationships. Love requires patience, courage, honesty, and willingness to face discomfort. Avoid dependency, cultivate respect, boundaries, and shared responsibility. By integrating these principles, we create relationships that are not only fulfilling, but also transformative for both partners. Love becomes a path of spiritual and personal evolution, extending the lessons of Part 1 into our interactions with others. In Part 3, we will explore grace, spiritual guidance, and how to navigate life's mysteries, delving deeper into the integration of discipline, love, and spiritual awareness. Welcome back. In parts 1 and 2, we learned about discipline, responsibility, and love, the foundations of personal growth and meaningful relationships. Part 3 explores grace, spiritual guidance, and the mysteries of life that often extend beyond our understanding. And Monsieur Scott Peck explains that while discipline and love are essential, there are forces of grace that help us overcome obstacles we cannot handle alone. Grace is a spiritual energy or assistance that appears when we least expect it, guiding our growth, healing our wounds, and teaching lessons in unexpected ways. This part explores what grace is and how it works, how spiritual guidance and intuition can help us navigate life, how to recognize and cooperate with forces larger than ourselves. By understanding grace, we learn that personal growth is not just self-effort, but also participation in a larger spiritual journey. Peck defines grace as a force that supports, guides, and nurtures us, often appearing mysteriously in our lives. Grace is unearned. We do not control it, but we can be receptive to it. It often manifests as intuition, coincidences, insights, or unexplainable help during crises. Examples of grace: meeting someone at the right time who offers guidance or support. Sudden clarity in solving a problem you struggled with for months. Overcoming a fear or obstacle without fully understanding how. Key insight: grace does not replace discipline or effort, it complements them. When we face life's challenges with responsibility and love, we are more open to receive grace. Spiritual guidance is closely related to grace. It refers to intuition, insight, or guidance from a higher source that directs our decisions and actions. Peck emphasizes that spiritual guidance often works through inner prompting or gut feelings. Ignoring these prompts may lead to missed opportunities for growth. How spiritual guidance shows up: intuition, feeling that something is right or wrong even without evidence. Synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that point the way forward. Mentors and teachers, individuals who appear to help us understand life lessons. Practical application: pay attention to dreams, signs, or recurring thoughts. Reflect regularly through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation. Be willing to act on guidance even if it challenges your comfort zone. Peck emphasizes that grace accelerates personal growth when we are disciplined and willing to learn from life. Grace often appears during moments of surrender or openness, when we admit we cannot control everything. It teaches humility, patience, and trust. Example: a person struggling with addiction may experience grace through a mentor, a supportive community, or a sudden realization that motivates lasting change. Key lessons about growth and grace: effort and openness work together. Discipline prepares the mind and heart to receive grace. Challenges are opportunities. Difficult circumstances often carry hidden lessons. Humility is essential. Recognizing we cannot do everything alone allows us to accept help. Peck highlights that life's ultimate goal is spiritual evolution, growth toward higher awareness, compassion, and maturity. Spiritual evolution requires both effort and receptivity. Life's challenges are tools for learning, often orchestrated in ways we cannot fully understand. 4 principles of spiritual evolution. Acceptance of reality. Life is difficult, but this difficulty is meaningful. Love as a tool. Genuine love fosters growth in ourselves and others. Cooperation with grace. Receptivity allows life's unseen forces to assist us. Continuous learning. Each experience teaches if we are willing to observe and reflect. Example: someone loses a job unexpectedly. Initially painful, the event may lead them to discover a new passion, develop resilience, or meet a mentor. Lessons that would have been impossible otherwise. Peck concludes this part by emphasizing trust and cooperation with life's mysterious forces. Life is often unpredictable, and rigid control leads to frustration. Cooperating with the unknown means making conscious choices while accepting what we cannot change. Practical guidance: observe patterns in your life for lessons and guidance. Practice patience and humility. Seek help and support when needed. Grace often works through others. Example: during illness, instead of resisting or blaming, one can focus on healing, gratitude, and learning. This openness allows grace to operate and lessons to be learned. Part 3 teaches us that discipline and love alone are not enough. Life also offers grace, guidance, and hidden lessons that accelerate personal and spiritual growth. Grace is unearned help that appears when we are ready to receive it. Spiritual guidance often comes through intuition, mentors, or unexpected events. Personal growth is most effective when we combine effort, love, and openness to grace. Life's challenges are meaningful teachers, guiding our spiritual evolution. Cooperation with life's mysteries requires humility, trust, and conscious action. By integrating these principles, we understand that life is a combination of self-effort and receptivity. We do our best through discipline and love while remaining open to guidance, grace, and the lessons hidden within every challenge. In Part 4, we will explore psychological and spiritual health, the integration of mind and soul, and practical steps to maintain balance in life, continuing our journey on the road less traveled. Welcome back. In parts 1 to 3, we learned about discipline, responsibility, love, and grace, the core principles of personal and spiritual growth. Part 4 focuses on psychological and spiritual health, emphasizing the integration of mind and soul and how to maintain balance in life. Monsieur Scott Peck explains that true growth requires holistic health. Emotional, psychological, and spiritual well-being are interconnected. Neglecting one aspect can disrupt the others, leading to stress, conflict, and stagnation. This part explores how to recognize and resolve inner conflicts, techniques to integrate the mind and soul, practical strategies for balance and well-being, how psychological and spiritual health support meaningful relationships and personal growth. By mastering these principles, we can live more fully, harmoniously, and with purpose, continuing on the road less traveled. Peck emphasizes that psychological health is more than the absence of mental illness. It is the presence of self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and responsible behavior. Psychological growth involves facing reality, understanding emotions, and developing self-discipline. Avoiding problems or emotional pain leads to stagnation, unhealthy relationships, and recurring conflicts. Key principles: self-awareness. Recognize your thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Responsibility. Accept your role in shaping your life and relationships. Problem solving. Face challenges instead of avoiding them. Balance. Maintain healthy boundaries and integrate emotions with rational thought. Example: someone constantly anxious about relationships may avoid intimacy. By acknowledging their fear, understanding its origin, and practicing open communication, they achieve psychological growth and healthier connections. Spiritual health is the ability to connect with meaning, purpose, and values beyond the self. Peck highlights that spiritual health complements psychological health. It fosters resilience, compassion, and clarity. Spiritual growth is not about religious rituals alone. It is about living in alignment with truth, love, and personal responsibility. Principles of spiritual health: awareness of the larger picture. Recognize life's challenges as opportunities for growth. Practice love intentionally. Actively support growth in yourself and others. Openness to grace. Receive guidance, insights, and assistance beyond the self. Integration. Align your beliefs, values, and actions with higher purpose. Example: a person facing career setbacks may find meaning by mentoring others, developing new skills, or discovering a calling aligned with their values. Peck emphasizes that true balance comes from integration of mind and soul. The mind represents logic, problem solving, and conscious awareness. The soul represents intuition, meaning, values, and spiritual connection. Imbalance occurs when one dominates the other. Too much mind leads to rigidity. Too much soul leads to confusion or lack of discipline. Steps for integration: self-reflection. Journaling or meditation helps recognize patterns, emotions, and impulses. Honest evaluation. Confront weaknesses, fears, and misconceptions. Action aligned with values. Decisions should reflect both rational understanding and spiritual insight. Regular practice. Daily routines that connect mind, body, and soul, such as mindfulness, exercise, and purposeful work. Example: a leader making career decisions uses analysis, mind, and empathy, soul, to guide their team. The outcome benefits everyone, showing the harmony of mind and soul. Balance is critical for psychological and spiritual health. Peck emphasizes preventing burnout, stress, and emotional imbalance. Strategies for balance: prioritize responsibilities. Use discipline to focus on what truly matters. Set boundaries. Protect personal time, energy, and emotional health. Nurture relationships. Healthy connections with family, friends, and community are essential. Practice self-care. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, and hobbies support overall well-being. Reflect regularly. Evaluate life, values, and goals to adjust course when needed. Example: a busy professional may feel stressed. By delegating tasks, setting clear limits, and spending quality time with loved ones, they regain balance and purpose. Peck emphasizes that healthy relationships depend on the psychological and spiritual health of both partners. Unresolved personal issues often create conflict. Partners must cultivate self-awareness, discipline, love, and openness to maintain harmony. Tips for relationship health: communicate honestly, share feelings and challenges openly. Support each other's growth, encourage learning, discipline, and self-improvement. Respect boundaries. Each person maintains autonomy and individuality. Face challenges together. Use problem-solving skills and emotional resilience. Example: in a family, a parent who manages stress effectively and demonstrates love and discipline creates a nurturing environment for children, teaching life lessons through example. Part 4 emphasizes that true well-being arises from the integration of mind, soul, and disciplined action, and that balance is essential for sustainable growth. Psychological health requires self-awareness, responsibility, and problem-solving. Spiritual health involves purpose, love, and openness to grace. Integration of mind and soul allows for wise decision-making and alignment with values. Maintaining balance prevents burnout and supports overall well-being. Healthy relationships depend on the psychological and spiritual maturity of all involved. By following these principles, we continue to walk the road less traveled, living intentionally, nurturing ourselves and others, and cultivating resilience, compassion, and spiritual depth. In Part 5, the final part, we will explore mature spirituality, the ultimate lessons of life, and how to live fully while embracing love, discipline, and grace, bringing the journey to a profound conclusion. Welcome to Part 5. In the previous sections, we explored discipline, responsibility, love, grace, and the integration of mind and soul. This final part focuses on mature spirituality and how to live a full, meaningful life while applying all the principles from the earlier parts. MC Scott Peck explains that mature spirituality is the culmination of personal and spiritual growth. It is not simply following rules or beliefs, but actively living with wisdom, love, and courage, embracing life's challenges, and participating fully in the human experience. In this part, we explore the nature of mature spirituality, how to apply love, discipline, and grace in everyday life, lessons on mortality, purpose, and lasting fulfillment, how to continue growing even in the face of life's uncertainties. By integrating these lessons, we learn to walk the road less traveled with authenticity, courage, and joy. Peck defines mature spirituality as a state of awareness, responsibility, and love that guides all aspects of life. It requires disciplined effort, openness to grace, and emotional honesty. Mature spirituality is living authentically, facing reality without denial, and embracing the full spectrum of human experience. Key qualities of mature spirituality: self-discipline, continuing growth through consistent effort; responsibility, taking ownership of emotions, actions, and relationships; love and compassion, extending oneself for the growth of others; openness to grace, recognizing guidance and support beyond oneself; humility, understanding the limits of one's control and knowledge. Example: a person facing illness may combine practical care, discipline, emotional acceptance, responsibility, loving support for family, love, and openness to unexpected help or insight, grace. This approach reflects mature spirituality in action. Peck emphasizes that spirituality and personal growth are not abstract concepts. They are practical and lived daily. Daily practices to live fully: face reality, acknowledge challenges without denial, act responsibly, make decisions aligned with values and ethics. Practice genuine love, support others' growth and well-being, remain open to grace, recognize guidance, coincidences, or unexpected opportunities, reflect regularly. Journaling, meditation, or contemplation supports clarity and wisdom. Example: in a workplace, a manager may face stress and conflict. By applying these principles, staying honest, making disciplined decisions, supporting the team, and remaining open to creative solutions, they create a positive environment while growing personally and spiritually. Peck teaches that acceptance of mortality is essential to mature spirituality. Life is finite, and embracing this reality motivates meaningful action and growth. Avoiding thoughts of mortality often leads to fear, denial, and wasted time. Finding purpose. Align actions with values, relationships, and long-term growth. Focus on contributions to others and society rather than personal gain alone. Recognize life as a journey with lessons, not simply achievements. Example: an individual may face the death of a loved one. Instead of despairing, they can honor life through reflection, gratitude, and acts of love, transforming grief into growth and meaning. Mature spirituality integrates love, discipline, and grace in a balanced way. Love: extend yourself for the growth of others while maintaining healthy boundaries. Discipline: continue structured effort to face challenges, develop skills, and remain responsible. Grace: recognize and accept support, insight, or guidance from forces beyond your control. Example in everyday life: helping a friend or family member through difficulty combines love and discipline, while remaining open to unexpected insights or solutions demonstrates grace. Peck emphasizes that the road less traveled is never complete. Mature spirituality involves lifelong growth and transformation. Challenges and lessons continue throughout life. Learning never stops. Each experience, joy, pain, success, or failure, is an opportunity for growth. Spirituality deepens as we embrace discomfort, love others authentically, and act responsibly. Practical tips for lifelong growth: embrace change as part of life. Reflect on lessons from successes and failures. Maintain discipline in personal habits and relationships. Seek and accept guidance from mentors, intuition, or life experiences. Cultivate gratitude and mindfulness to recognize beauty, learning, and grace in every moment. Part 5 concludes the road less traveled by teaching that mature spirituality is the integration of discipline, love, grace, and conscious living. Life is difficult, but discipline equips us to face challenges. Love extends beyond emotion into action that nurtures growth. Grace supports and guides us when we remain open and receptive. Psychological and spiritual health provide balance, clarity, and resilience. Awareness of mortality encourages purpose and intentional living. Growth is lifelong, and every experience carries lessons for personal and spiritual evolution. By walking the road less traveled, we embrace life fully. Facing reality honestly, loving genuinely, acting responsibly, remaining open to guidance and grace, integrating mind, soul, and heart, and continuously learning from every moment. This path is not easy, but it is rewarding, transformative, and deeply fulfilling. It leads to a life of authenticity, wisdom, and meaningful connection with others and with the world.